What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. So basically, I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. I just wanted to show you something today that I have here. So right here, I have 3 notebooks filled with stuff. And you might be wondering, well, what's in these notebooks? These notebooks have like affirmations that I wrote, and these stem back, even like gratitude journal and affirmations that I wrote for a number of years, not too long ago. And I don't know if you can see here, it's kind of a mess, but I have my little vision board here. It's not really a board, it's just kind of a notebook with things I cut out of magazines. Yeah, cool stuff, right? It's like, oh, cool. Jen has a vision notebook. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because, you hear all these things about, writing affirmations and having a gratitude journal and all these things. And I think they are great. I think they're a great thing to do, to incorporate into daily routine. I think they can absolutely help. But the message that I'm trying to portray in this video is that you can do all those things, but if you're not in the right mind frame, then you're going to have, like myself, 3 notebooks full of stuff that didn't come to fruition. Now, that's not 100% true, because some of the stuff I have manifested, but it's only because I was in a better mind frame. I was in a better place vibrationally, and I actually wanted it. It was something that actually resonated with me. So a lot of the things that I wrote down, a lot of the affirmations I was writing years ago, were not resonating with me. There were things that I didn't truly believe about myself that I could attain, or they weren't really on a subconscious level. They weren't things that I actually wanted for myself. So I'll have, let me see, this notebook. Oh, this is a good one. This is from May 2018. So check this out. I wrote for a little while. I read a self-help book, and it was on money, getting money, because I wanted money at the time. And the advice was for a little while to write 25 affirmations once a day, twice a day, whatever it is. And what I wrote this one was, I easily accept new prosperity thoughts, and I am prepared to increase my income now. Sounds good, right? Sounds really good. And then I gravitated towards, like, I'm prepared to always have my weekends off, and all these things that I wanted in my life. And I did this. And I might have seen like a little bit come in. But you know what? The thing was, I was writing all these affirmations down, and what I noticed later on was that these were things that I didn't truly believe or want. Yeah, we could say everybody wants money. We all want money. But on a subconscious level, you might not want money. You might not actually feel that you can have prosperity in your life because of some blockage from when you were younger or something like that, which is, in my case, I had all these limiting beliefs, and I still do, surrounding money, and all these kind of unhealthy patterns around it. So it's not so much focusing on money. Like for me, I cannot focus on money because there's a lot of blockages there, and it's not money is what I'm seeking. For a lot of people, money is not what they're seeking. What they're seeking is freedom or something like that, right? To be free because what does money give you? So you have to break it down. What does money give you? Also, for a long time, let's see. My stuff's a mess. I mean, if you could see, not only is my handwriting bad, but I would write on like pieces of paper, and it wasn't very organized. But it doesn't really matter, if you're writing it out. Basically I would write stuff out that, okay, with every heartbeat, I should do this in an accent because it'll sound very cool. With every heartbeat, each day of my life, my subconscious mind, conscious mind, and superconscious mind all attract the perfect job to me. So for a long time, I was so focused on attracting the perfect job. Perfect job. And I was attaching to it so much that it ended up backfiring on me. I mean, I could tell you I could make a lot of law of attraction videos on law of attraction backfiring instead of law of attraction videos on how I manifested the perfect job or the perfect house or the perfect relationship and blah, 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 all these things. I'm just using those as examples. I'm not saying that any of those things, are bad. But for a long time, I attached particularly to this one job that I had for a very long time. And I would write out affirmations to try to tweak it to my liking. It's like I was never happy. And I love the job. For a while, I thought it was my purpose. And what ended up happening when the company, for weird reason, changed, did structural changes, got bought out by a different company. It was very weird how it happened. And suddenly this job that I loved, or what I thought was going well in the right direction, all my manifestations were coming to fruition. It was like it just exploded and everything fell apart. And suddenly I basically had no job. I had like a little bit of work, but it wasn't stable hours and income like it was because of these structural changes that they did with the certain program that I was involved in. And, the point of this is that I became so attached. It was like I started seeing things happening in my life after I was doing, I was writing out affirmations about exactly what I wanted. I was doing everything right. And I started seeing things shifting, happening. And I got very excited. And I attached to it. And I said, okay, I want this now. This is going to happen. But underneath it all, I still subconsciously had fear. There was still fear somewhere down there. And I would try to push it away. On the surface, I was like, oh no, this is what I want. I'm going to keep writing out the affirmations. But there was a conscious, unconscious conflict. And I think I knew it. But at the same time, I didn't want to listen to it. So I'm not telling you this to be like a huge sob story about Jen's life and how she lost a job that she loved. What I'm telling you is that if you don't get to the root of what is driving you, then you'll notice that you'll have a lot of trouble in life getting what you desire. Because you're not on the same page with it, you're not on the same frequency, you're not resonating with it. We know like attracts like, easy as that. Okay, I'll just feel good. But are you feeling good? Are you telling yourself that you're feeling good? Or did you dig deeper and see if you have any blocks unconsciously? And you could say, well, how do I know? Well, it's taking time, when you're doing all these things, you're meditating, you're writing out affirmations. It's really trying to tune into your why you want something. For me, it was more ego-oriented, I think. Not completely, but it was in a sense. I think I would tell myself that this is I think it was part of my purpose, but it wasn't my purpose. I think it was something that led me somewhere else that I had to do or something, or had to go through in order to get to where I am now or where I'm going now. So many times we stop and we say, oh, I like this. This must be my purpose. This must be my path in life. Until something happens and we're like, oh crap. If that was my purpose, then why did it all just fall apart? It didn't just fall apart. You're just viewing it as that. You are just, your perception of it is that it fell apart. But what it's doing, it is transitioning and it's making room for something else. It is a path, it is a doorway, whatever you want to call it, to something else. And that had to happen. That had to fall apart, or however you see it, for the next step to come in. And in order to, you just can't attach to things so much. You could see I have years worth of attachments in this book. Years worth of attachments. And very few of them actually came to fruition. Why? Because subconsciously I still had blocks. I still was not ready to face that what I was attaching to, the outcome, what I was desiring, was not actually what I was desiring. So it's about peeling the layers off, peeling the layers of the onion off, like I always say, and digging deeper, and getting to your why, okay? And if you think something is your purpose, that's okay, but still ask yourself questions. Don't just stop there. Ask yourself, okay, is this my purpose, or is it leading me closer to my purpose? There's so many times in our life where we get little glimpses and we get closer and closer and closer. But a lot of times we just want to stop and say, oh, okay, this feels good, so I'm just gonna stop here. Even though later on we may be getting little red flags here and there, but we ignore them because we're like, well, last month I said it was my purpose. Last month it felt good. I mean, it feels kind of wishy-washy now, but I'm still, I already made the decision that was my purpose, so that I have to stay where I am. I can't do anything else. So just a little food for thought. I don't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to share because I was like cleaning some stuff up. Once in a while, I open these up just to see what I was writing about or whether stuff actually came to fruition. And some things did, the things that did actually resonate with me. But the things that were very like concrete specific, very like ego-driven, superficial, like, I want, I'm going to make $2,000 in the next 2 days or something like that. None of that stuff never came to be, because I didn't actually believe it. I didn't feel it because of these underlying blocks within myself. So, yeah. So I hope this was helpful. If not, let me know if any of you guys resonate. If you've done stuff like this where you found like you were just going through the motions, writing affirmations, but you weren't really feeling good underneath about it. You're just kind of doing it. And I've spoken about this before. Hey, you're just going through the motions, but you're not really resonating with what you're doing. So let me know if you would. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. I put out a video every single morning. And I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. So have a great day. Peace.